So I recently logged onto Roblox for the first time in months to try out the game Bite by Night until I realized, why is the chat hidden behind a lock? At first I thought it was part of that particular game until I realized that it was visible in every other single game. I was so confused to the point where I asked my Discord server for some context, and that's when they told me that since January of this year, Roblox integrated age brackets. And when I decided to take a look at it, holy crap, is it horrible. So for those who don't know, I'm actually registered 18 plus and older, which means that I cannot chat with users that are under the age of 18. So since many of the Roblox players are mostly underage, it is really hard for me as a medic player in this game to actually know whether or not someone needs the healing or when someone does not need it. So I just have to judge based on their body language. So for those who want my opinion on this game, I think it's pretty good. Personally, I didn't grow up playing Dead by Daylight, but I did play Flee the Facility. And I gotta say, this game visually but also gameplay wise is really great. My only complaint is that I think that the mimic makes this game genuinely unplayable at times, but other than that, most people don't play him, so it's fine. Oh, he's right there. I gotta run away. I gotta find where the batteries are, and I don't think it's a good idea. So at the very least, I can see the health bar of my teammates, but it would be cool if I could see their chat so that they can tell me whether or not they actually need it. For example, this guy, he's 88 health, but does he really want me to heal him? Let's see about that. Looks like he's actually taking it. All right, never mind. But again, for those who are actual team players, you don't need that much healing if you're like 90 out of 100 health. It's also a really weird change because now it prevents me from actually speaking to my friends on Roblox, especially those who haven't verified their age yet. So oh wait, he's right there.
This is just a friendly reminder about our company policy regarding the safe room. At no point should a customer go inside.
Run away. I gotta find where the generators and the batteries are. So we already did 2 out of 2, and now we just need to do the last 2 generators. Yeah, so I haven't played a game while recording a video, which is why I am just absolutely not focused on the gameplay right now. When I was playing this game for the first time, it would have been cool to have the chat system so that I could ask, you know, questions about the gameplay, advice about what to do in this game, but that's not possible since no one can communicate with me at this point. All right, so we just need to do one last generator, and I don't know where it is. And if I do remember properly, even voice chat is part of the age bracket, so I pretty much cannot talk with everyone except for that one guy in the server. What am I even looking at? He's just dancing around here. Oh wait, does that mean I can try the battery now? Would he actually attack me if I try the battery here? 3. All right, all batteries, generators are all done. So now all we need to do is survive until 6 a.m. But I don't think that's going to be much of a challenge if he's just going to be sitting around and dancing there. Not the first time I see it, but I actually find the emoting quite funny in this game. The only way I can ask if anyone needs healing at this point is just by clicking the button and they'll see that the box is open. So it does often happen for me to get past civilians that do need the healing. And it's quite important for me to read the chat so that I can know that I actually skipped them. I'm pretty sure he's going to start killing all of us at the last seconds, but we'll have to see whether or not we can trust this guy. So if you want to see me make more content on this game, just let me know in the comments. I know it's been 2 years since my last upload, but I'm planning on being a bit more consistent now. So yeah, I do remember my YouTube password. Bruh. So overall, I don't think this is necessarily a great change because I can already tell one of the biggest flaws of the system. It's that if a dangerous user manages to bypass the verification system, it's going to be impossible for the actual adults to notice the situation and so intervene in the first place because we can't even see what they're talking about. So many of you might be wondering, why exactly did I verify my age? I actually did that 4 years ago. In fact, back in 2022, when Roblox released voice chat, my younger self was actually stupid enough to submit my face plus my identification. So that's why I had voice chat before everyone. Old voice chat was peak, by the way. You were allowed to swear anytime you could with it. So I remember when I used to be underage, there used to be that system called safe chat in which it was very restrictive. You couldn't say any numbers, so people would usually find ways to bypass it, but that's not the point. It was at least a system that, in my opinion, could have been reinforced further. It was annoying, but certainly not as annoying as not being able to chat to anyone anymore. So what a time we live in. Never thought I would say that I miss safe chat. So now we're gonna play what I suppose is what Roblox expects me to play at this point, which is the 17 plus games category. Looking at these games, my expectations are pretty low, but I mean, that's the only way I can access and communicate somewhat to people and have the full classic experience. So, however, I'm actually quite curious to see what other people think about these changes. So we're gonna head to the game mic up and see if anyone wants to interview. So the first thing that feels good is that I can actually talk to most people in the server, except for a few exceptions, but for the most part. All right, so now let's find Whoa, what is happening here? We're gonna have to find someone we can talk to.
Oh, you can't hear me now.
Okay,
oh,
now I
you
can
can't
hear
hear me
you.
now.
Alright, so I got an idea. I just found myself a booth where I can maybe just wait for someone to come here. Surely someone has to come, right? Oh, maybe it's regrouping.
Already
Hello there, how are you?
in Boot.
How's your experience been on Roblox since the new update?
Hey bro, what is this?
Ihm ist
Chat
alt
aids.
Roblox. 2015.
How hard has it been to communicate with other people since the January update?
Yeah, like I really hate the update.
He's gotten
My
Scaria.
Do you think that there's something else that Roblox could have done to prevent this?
And the chat.
Well, why black?
Die Schule braucht Bugfix.
Yeah, so generally speaking, in any game that is part of the popular page, it's going to be hard, especially for the games that rely solely on communications, to have a decent experience now. And one of the things that I'm going to miss the most is reading the funny arguments in the chat, especially the ones between two toxic players. But as someone who often says GG at the end of like every single game, there's no point for me to say that anymore. But you know what? I'm actually quite curious to see what Brookhaven looks like. Considering the player base of that game, I'm pretty sure it's going to be filled up with lock symbols. But again, it's been more than 5 years since the last time I tried that game, so maybe the player base grew up. So I'm just going to say hello in the chat and see if anyone can actually respond to me. Holy, does the UI look a lot more intrusive than I remember. But seems like in these games it's quite silent. No one is responding, no chat available, so maybe it's just that server. We're gonna try another one. Wait, I'm actually surprised. I can actually read the chat above. Okay, so the player base did grow up. Turns out there's a lot of people in my age bracket that's playing this game right now. I used to play games like these a lot like 10 years ago, but I would have never imagined that there's this many people above 16 still playing Brookhaven in this age. So at the end of the day, it's a 50-50 experience, and thank you for watching.